Avengers Infinity War is a fantastic film. Motors Basement goes into impressive detail about how the film nails it as a screenplay. After watching the director's commentary, I can't believe how accurate he was as to how they directed and had the film written. In this video, I want to talk about something else that I also think makes the film pretty fantastic. It deals with what the film does with its subject matter, the availability of resources, and population control. Now, Infinity War is most definitely not the first film to use these subjects in media. Soylent Green, Terra, and even Gurren Lagann had an episode about these topics. The world of Soylent Green is stricken by overpopulation, pollution, and the availability of food. Terra imagines a future where humanity has plundered almost all of Earth's resources and has even invoked childbirth laws to mitigate the growth of its population. In one of the early episodes of Gurren Lagann, the gang stumbles upon a pit that only has enough replenishable resources that can sustain only 50 people. In Soylent Green, the company in charge of distributing food has introduced a new product called Soylent Green. The film has Detective Robert Thornton investigate a murder, which leads him to learning about the secret of Soylent Green. That is, Soylent Green is made out of the euthanized remains of people who opted for assisted suicide. This is obviously morally and ethically wrong, but to think the food crisis of this world was bad enough for cannibalism to become an attempted solution, that's terrifying. For Terra, the laws in place follow a similar law in our reality implemented by China, making it so that couples having more than 2 children have now conducted an illegal act. This can result in jail time. The world is also in dire straits, as mentioned before. Their solution? Time travel. By sending small portions of the populace back in time periodically by 85 million years, they have created jobs, expanded available housing, and most importantly, found new and readily available resources to bring back to the future. This does, in fact, have problems, because if you take the resources from the past, doing so can make those resources no longer available for the coming future. Resources previously had and known could be completely lost long before humanity could discover them. In episode 5 of Gurren Lagann, Kamina and Simon fall into a pit with an extreme lack of resources that can only sustain 50 people. Once the population goes over by even 1, the people living there conduct a ceremony to choose who will be sent to the celestial lands for salvation. But there is no salvation for humans living on the surface. Essentially, people are sacrificed so that this small society can continue on as it is. The solution provided by Father Magan is only one that preserves the status quo. With that, I finally come to Thanos and his goal in Infinity War. In Thanos' perspective, the universe is finite and the resources in it are as well. But living beings can grow without limitation, and will thus continue to consume until there is nothing left to adequately sustain them any further. This viewpoint is given to him through the experience of surviving the destruction of his own kind and planet due to overpopulation. His solution, which he now wants to provide on a universal scale, to kill off a completely random half of all life. This is a solution that only sets life back to potentially safe levels. It will not permanently resolve the issues around overpopulation and the availability of resources. It merely acts as a postponement of the inevitable. In FilmJoy's movies with Mikey, he points out that if the current human population of Earth were to suddenly vanish, it would set us all the way back to the 1970s. That's not very long ago. You would think it would set us back at least 100 years, but it's less than half of that. We doubled the population of humanity in the 1970s in just 50 years. That's startling. So I wanted to talk about what Infinity War does with the issues of overpopulation and the availability of resources through Thanos. I've done that by addressing the question that the film puts forward. By making Thanos the protagonist of the film with the point of view that he has, and the goal that he has, and having it so that Thanos succeeds makes it so the film emulates traditional Greek tragedy by putting forth a question to the audience. It's the same question I'm going to end this video on. Is Thanos right?